Okay, let me record it. Okay, so the objective of today is to learn how to raise capital. So, we're going to talk about raising capital and how do we actually help raising capital? We raise capital by setting up meetings between our client and client's potential investors. So that's very, very clear. We also said, communication is the most important thing. So communicate, and communicate more every single day with your client, right? Now, there are 4 aspects to making this successfully, raising capital. First, why, we can just simply start hunting and hunting for investors, right? Why do we need, a good profile for the founder and a good profile for the company? Can anybody answer this question? Why do we need to have a solid profile for the company and the founder when we can achieve results by doing only step number 3? Anybody? Why do we need step 1 and 2? Yeah, go ahead quickly. Yeah.
The reason why we need the reason why we need the social proof for our founder is that if we are going to contact these investors, they will need to know who is this person, and therefore the only place that they will go to is LinkedIn to see like the impression. What impression will this person have on them? Are they going to see this person is like it is just like physical dressing code? If this person is officially professional on his profile, then they will be good to go with him. But if they are going to see some guy who doesn't even have a very good picture, it's just like personal thing, then it will be very hard for these clients to trust our clients.
Okay, very good, very good. Fantastic. So basically, it's important to have a good presence, for himself and for the company that he represents. That's why professional. Absolutely. But then this person is asking for $2 million, from his investors. When you ask for $2 million from your investor, you know how much professional you need to look, right? You understand, right? We are asking for $300 and we have done so much work on a profile. And this person is asking for $2 million. How should you look when you ask for $2 million to be invested in your company? You understand the need for looking professional, right? And executive-like. Is this person going to create a company in which I'm going to invest $2 million? Right? It's so critical. It's so critical to have that thing, right? And we know we have always beautified these things, your banner, title, about section, experience section, post, and featured post. These 6 things is something that we have done so many times for ourselves, but now we have to do it for our clients, right? They all need to stand out. They all need to stand out and use ChatGPT heavily, because you see, every single one of them is about wordplay, right? Everything, even banner is wordplay, right? So use ChatGPT to generate the content that will go on the banner. I hope it is making sense to all of you. I'm covering just the points. I'm not exactly going to the banner and saying how to create the banner. Yeah. Okay. Social proof. I think, it is pretty clear, right? Like, like I could take my example, or I could take one of your example, or even your client's example. It's all about that, right? So having a clean banner. Always aim for a white. So you look at this banner, guys. Do you see anything interesting about this banner and my photo? I'm just making it bigger. And we can take another client's banner, right? Which is something that what do you think about my banner? What's something that stands out when you look at mine? Is there something that stands out when you look at mine? Wow. Are you guys able to see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. I think my thing is like going so slow. I don't know what is happening, but I hope you can see my screen. Why this white color thing is so interesting? Okay. Oh, well, Jackson is already transforming the banner. It looks like. Correct, Jackson? You're already transforming your, I don't know what you have done, but yeah. But ideally, Jackson, take a screenshot of how they were looking before and after. So try to, remove everything that you have done and take a screenshot of how, they were looking before. So we can have a before and after, and we can communicate to them how you are looking before, how you are looking now.
Okay, I need to do that, Mr. Anis. I'll go and remove everything. And, I tried even to put the about section, the experiment section, the header, everything. There was nothing completely.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Can you tell, so this is what Jackson has already done, to beautify. So this was looking very differently before Jackson has already done this. But is this how do you find this one? Has he done a good job? Has Jackson done a good job in transforming the banner and the photo of the client and the title of this person?
Yeah, Anis, I'm still working on that thing. I know it's not it's not yet complete. Like
Yeah.
the photo it's not good.
Yeah.
And other parts, yeah.
The photo is not good. And what about the
Yes.
title? What about the background banner? Is it good?
Some words are not seen.
But is it good?
We-
Let's say you
we
adjusted
need-
that words, See, look, you see, this is what I mean by robotic work. You simply went to his company page, copied the title and the banner and put it over here. That is not using your brains. That is simply, copying something that is basically easy work. Just go somewhere, pick up something and put it over here. This is bad work.
No. I just took the banner only. The title was not there. I generated the title myself.
Okay, but so this is not good, Jackson. This title was also their title, isn't it? This title was also their title. I've read this title before, and we need to change all these things. That's the beauty of what we could possibly do. We need to change all these things, right? We have to be able to say, we're building the Netflix for businesses, something like that. We need to change. We need to think differently. Right. But anyway, I'll leave this to you guys because, we need to show the guy 5 different options or 3 different options. Right. Right. And we need to tell him enabling companies to find or to be found is what you guys had, in the beginning. And this is not good. This is not good at all. Right. Here is a better one. What do you think? Ask them. Create 5 different versions of a banner and share it with them. Right. But before you share it with them, share it with your team and ask them, how it is. Because I can say quickly, it's not good. And I'm sure many other people can say, whether it's good or bad, right? Always, my thing about making it look is, a white background with a white thing always blows my, imagination. It's the cleaner you keep, the stronger it is, I think. I feel, Paul can comment on it or any other people. Sadiq is already. Yeah, Sadiq, yeah. Can you go? Yeah.
Anis, I just wanted to say one thing. We should also, think like when it comes to, social proof of our clients or on their company. One thing that I realize we can add on our profile makeover is branding, because like as an example to this client, when we are using to create for a banner or a post, it should be branded like same font, the same, so that the social profile makeover will be more stronger than what we are doing. Because if we say we will use different things in the banner, different font color type in the post it won't also look good. I was just a suggestion. Maybe also we can think of that one.
Absolutely.
If the client doesn't have, we create on behalf.
Yeah. No, that is a very important suggestion. I'm just thinking, yeah, it is something that, because you will, it is something that, we can add, in the beginning itself, right? Two things basically. Brand, we don't even need to do too much. Brand colors and brand font, right? I think these two are so important because you will use this color and this font on everything. And typically the brand color and the brand font is typically there on their logo, typically, right? Why is choosing the same brand color and brand font, like Sadiq said, is so important, is because when you create the banner, when you create the post, when you create everything for this founder from then onwards, you will use the same color and the same font for most of the job that you're doing. Right? Yeah, thank you very much, Sadiq. I think that's a very good idea and a very good suggestion. So the first thing you will do is to spruce up the guy. Okay, number one. The second thing that you will do is spruce up the the company page, right? And you guys know, right? I only said banner. The banner is, I prefer white. Honestly speaking, I would always give a white option to everybody. Even the brand color can come somewhere else. So for example, our brand color blue, and the blue here is coming here, right? The blue is there. But is our brand color white? No, but white is always clean. Can you see this? White is clean, and always the background of the photo is always, clean, as in there is no stuff. There is no, like we saw, right? That guy had all kinds of colorful stuff, right? And it was not high definition. If your client does not have a high definition photo, forget about running this campaign. It doesn't matter whatever you do, right? The guy looks like, pixelated in his photo. How is he going to get $2 million in funding? Right? So demand a high definition photo. Demand for a high definition photo, and keep the photo background always transparent. You cannot see where my photo ends and where the banner begins. It's all just merged together. Right? So this is a good practice for you to have. Okay, is that, I hope that is very clear. And Sadiq also is saying the same thing, right? Have the banner in white, have the photo in white and transparent background, right? And if you don't know how to make your photo transparent, go to remove.bg and upload your photo. It will remove your background. Okay, so remove.bg. Right? Or Canva would also do the same thing, or PowerPoint is also doing the same thing. And third thing, always talk about what are you building? What are you building, right? What are you building, rather than I am the CIO of so-and-so, right? Don't talk about CIO, CEO, all those things. Put all those things, CIO, CEO, business over here, right? Here at the bottom in experience section. Here, what will you say for your client? You will say building the Netflix for companies, or building the YouTube for companies, right? So that companies, so that company videos can be found or be found, something like that, right? Whatever that company said, in the past, right? So what is the thing again here? Don't again be, this thing, have a different, thing over here. Like why was I, telling of Jackson? Because his banner for the person and the banner for the company was pretty much the same. Don't do that. You have a chance to make two different banners. Make two different banners. One for the company and one for the person. Is that clear, guys? So banner, icon, company name, what the company does. If your client has less than 1,000 followers, right, his ability to raise money is going to be very, very hard. So you have to figure out a way to increase the followers to more than 1,000 at least, right? And make sure his company is, rich, has an about section, has a post, at least 2 to 3 posts, at least, right? And we can think of, making, and then, yeah, all these things, like, just make sure that is becoming a lot more richer, right? So I hope, I'm just moving from one to the other, but let me come back to the thing. So You will choose your brand colors and brand font. You will choose and create the banner, preferably in white, and banner and a high definition headshot of your client, right? With a transparent background. I hope I'm not really making it complicated, right? All of you, right, should go take your photo, okay? Your photo on LinkedIn. All of you should take your photo on LinkedIn, like what my photo is there. Go to remove.bg, right? If you don't know how to do it using other professional tools, remove.bg will remove your background every day, right? It's so you go here, you upload your image, and then say remove my background. That's it. You just say remove my background. It will remove the background, in 20 seconds and give it to you, right? So that's how easy it is to do that. So you have done the banner, you have done the photo, you have changed the title. I hope the title is very clear. Do not put CEO, founder, all those things over here. Exactly say what is this guy trying to build, right? Right, and use ChatGPT heavily to do that, right? Tell ChatGPT, put the entire about section of this company. Okay, let's see how it does that. Okay, let's say I have an about section. Okay, like this. Let me see if I can, do that. Let me see. Okay, this is my about section. I mean, guys, I'm just like trying to do this for the first time, so it may or may not come perfectly, but I'm going to try and see, whether is my title already better or ChatGPT can give me something even better, right? Oh my God. I think my computer has really gone crazy, today morning. What I'm trying to do, right? I'm basically taking the about section of my thing and I'm pasting here, and then I will say, hey, can you give me a long title that I can use on my LinkedIn, right? And this is what I'm current. You can say I'm the founder of StepUp.one, who's doing the following. I mean, like, guys, you can do a lot better than me, right? I'm just trying to, boy, okay, ChatGPT is, but you understand what I'm saying, right? You can actually ask ChatGPT to give you 5 different options for titles. I'm saying I'm building a social impact enterprise to reskill and employ 1 million refugees. This is what I'm doing, right? Maybe for the people that you're this thing, ChatGPT can give you 1,000 times better title than what we can imagine, right? So ask ChatGPT for a lovely title and give at least 5 different options for your people, and ask them to select it. Okay, so that is again here. So headshot, thing, title, use the about section. Right, I hope it's okay. Use the about section to get a choice of titles from ChatGPT. Yeah, and if the about section is not there, write the about section using ChatGPT by getting inputs from their website. Basically, we just going and then write their experience, right? And then create 3 posts. Where can you create 3 posts? You can create easily post from their website, right? Post from their pitch deck, right? It's easy to make these things and make 3 of them featured. 3 of your posts with very good pictures. Is that clear, guys? Is everything clear? We've already done 30 minutes and I have only 30 more minutes to go today. So I want to ask you, is this clear how to create social proof for your thing? This is the first thing and the most important thing as well. Now we're going to go to the social proof for the company, but it's the same thing, right? It's almost the same thing, right? Any questions, guys? Okay. Company, I think we have done that. I think it's a similar thing. I want to have company post, company thing. But again, just think slightly differently. The company post has to be different. Once again, we need to do that, right? So about section, company post, right? And then increase the followers, right? Make sure the employees are reflected correctly, right? So these are all the things that you need to make sure that it's correct, right? So at least 3 company posts, and you guys know how to increase the followers, etc., etc. It's simply by inviting their connections, right? You can invite up to 250 people, and then each one of them can invite 50 people, right? Yeah. So that's how you do it. Okay, now let's go to the important one. How do you start standard and dynamic hunting on LinkedIn, right? Now, this is the most important point where we have our client, and now we have to find their target audience, right? So we have to identify the target audience for these, for the founders and this thing, right? Now, we typically use, Crunchbase to do that. But I'm just thinking, is there any other way to show that out to you guys, right? So how to identify, just give me 1 second. Let me just, okay. So we know exactly what our clients are, right? So let's take one client and look at, how to find the investors who would invest in that particular thing. Now, the investment that our client is looking for, right, is at a pre-seed or at a seed level. Okay. Where would you know? The briefing document from the client very clearly says we are at a pre-seed or a seed level. Okay. So there are 64,291 companies that invest in seed or a pre-seed level as per this particular thing. But that should not be the only things, right? So we want to make sure that our client, have invested in something like what, we want to do. So we want to make sure that, video, same keywords, but here it will be, so media and entertainment and video, right? So we want to make sure that the word video is clicked, right? I also want to make sure video streaming is clicked because, that is also the right thing, right? Video streaming, video, and then finally, I'm going to say video streaming, and also theater, because this is also theater related, right? So I'm going to put theater, media and entertainment, theater. So this is good. So I have been able to, look at theater, video streaming and video at a pre-seed or a seed level. I got 5,915. Okay, that's a lot of, companies. I want to still narrow it down, right? How I will narrow it down? Maybe, the client is in New York. So should we just look at New York first? It's so easy. Suddenly from 5,000, I've come to 500. Wow, that must be not that difficult. All these guys are in New York, right? All of these investors are in New York. And they have already invested in theater, video, streaming, video. And I will go one by one. Okay, I won't do all 3 at the same time. First, I'll take theater. I will write to all the people who have invested in theater, which will be like in hundreds. I'm pretty sure it won't be in thousands, right? Oh yeah, there's only 10 people actually, literally 10 firms. Can you see, guys? There is only 10 firms which has invested in theater globally. And our client is trying to do something with theater. How hard it's going to be for you to find the right person here to write to each one of them? Are you guys with me? What I'm saying, especially the ones who need to start the campaign today, right? So it's so easy, guys. Okay, you can start with theater because theater is so easy. And can you see there is a small problem? These are named people, right? These are named people. Harsh Narula, Ajay Narula, Darcy, Joel, Archer. These are named people, but the first 5 are actually companies. And in this company, there are 13 people working, 3 people working, 20 people working, right? So you have to, it's easy for you to work with these 5 people down here. But in these seed invest and these named companies, you have to pick from these 13, you have to pick, one or two of them. Does that make sense? Or you can write all 13 of them, but I prefer that you pick, one or two. So what I did, I just clicked on this 13, I right clicked, and then I opened it a new thing here. So all the 13 people are here. Co-founder, manager, analyst, associate. Obviously, you know who to pitch, right? Guys, I hope you know who to pitch, right? You will pitch to the co-founder and president, right? I hope. You'll pitch to this guy, or I don't think there is anybody else that you will pitch into, right? Maybe Laura, manager. Yeah. So either the executive or the manager. That's it, right? All these other people in non-management, you will not waste your time pitching to them, isn't it? So look at this, right? So because there are 13 people in this place, okay, and he has made 192 investments, and the second one has only 3 people, so it should be very easy for you. And this one has 20 people, so this is also should be not that difficult, right? So the 3 people one, again, all 3 of them are no, 2 of them are management, CEO, chairman, VP. Yeah, pitch to both of them. Come to the third, the thing, there are obviously 21 people. Now you have to be careful. Even though 21 people, you see, very interestingly, the first one is the only executive. So you can pitch to the first 5-6 people, right? Because they're all, president and whatever. And you can just view on LinkedIn directly from here. Does this all make sense, guys? Is this clear?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So this is how you will, navigate, and you will, pitch to the people, right? Now, the thing is, what I was trying to do also, I mean, this is the easy one, right? Because you can choose everything. You can choose pre-seed, seed. You can choose New York. I mean, obviously, this is New York only, right? You can basically say, okay, I don't want New York. I want every single person in the world, okay, everybody in the world who is invested in theater at a pre-seed or a seed level. There are 88 people, right? You will go and find all the 88 people. Why am I saying, globally for this particular person? Because this is such a closed place, isn't it? Theater. Who invests in theater, right? So that's why it's really cool to, start with this particular thing, right? So hopefully, you guys get the idea, right? So let me come back. Let me come back to the thing, raising capital, right? Raising capital, the number one thing is the standard, thing. You could also do this on LinkedIn, right? But it's much more easier, to do this on thing. I'll also show you the same thing on Apollo also, right? Because that is also something that you will need to do. Guys, do not just, say yes, right? I think just ask me if anywhere you're, any doubts or any things, because you will be able to reach the LinkedIn, from here directly, right? So it's not like you won't be able to do it.